Okay, it is. What's the date? The date is May 6th. When is Mother's Day? 51, 61, 71, 81, 91, 2001, 2001, 2011. Holy crap. This Mother's Day, Mother's Day 1951 is when my mother took off, took her two youngest babies with her. That was Michael and Joe. She did it on Mother's Day of 1951, and she abandoned me, my sister, and George before taking off. She left us at my grandmother Pearson's. She tried to leave us at my grandmother and granddaddy Holt, her mother and daddy's, and they wouldn't take us. As a matter of fact, they got all over Mama about it. So they decided they would take us over to Grandma Pearson's across town and not say anything, not talk to them or nothing, just pull up in the front yard, and we had a little bag with some clothes in it, a little paper bag, and told us to go up there and knock on the door, and they'd see us in a couple of days. And by Ned, Grandma come to the door, and Mom and Bob, that was her boyfriend, uh, peeled out of the front yard and left. That was the last we seen of them for 3 years. That was Mother's Day, 70 years ago. I was 10. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I was 10 when she left us. I didn't think about that till just now. I need, is that, what is it? Is that's hair coming out of my ear? Hold on just a minute. Did that get it? Or I put no. That is gross. I'm gonna have to get my daughter to tell my ears. Um. Anyway, that's what happened in 1950, Mother's Day of 1951. Yes, it is. I thought I'd do a live stream. I've been eating cheese crackers. Hmm. Hold on. I made a video today. It'll be up in the morning. Well, this will says, "Oh, hey Willow, how you doing there?" And Scrapping Cash and Isabel. Well, Willow, you never got. That's the first time you ever got to see me buzz my ear hair. I didn't even realize I had the ear hair. My daughter's gonna have to. I probably got some of this until I got a hearing aid in this year. But at any rate, and um, you know, um, every time, what is that laying over? And oh, that's my little dresser thing. It's something sitting on top. Every time somebody puts some money in my tip jar, especially if it's over $5. I know they don't want me to spend, but I worry that they can't afford that. Oh, yes, I do. Anyway, thank you so much, Barbara. One of my favorite redheads. I don't think she's on here right now. Well, we don't have no bird. We can't have any birds. Too many cats. We got 6 cats, and they they matter of fact, I can't. Have we ever had any birds? I don't think we have. I don't think we've ever had any birds. I'm trying to remember. This is flavored water. I like these cheese crackers, but these is we can't afford to buy these. They come from the food bank, and stuff like that comes from the food bank is old. The other day when my daughter went, they gave her a box of Whitman's chocolate candy uh, sample, and it was sugar free. And I don't know if that stuff's expensive. It used to be expensive candy. I don't know about now. But that was 3 or 4 days ago, and of course, it wasn't a big box. I ate it all. Um, I wonder if I can get that camera adjusted. Maybe. That's better. It looks like I'm looking off because I'm looking at my monitor and not at. Now I'm looking at the camera. Now I'm looking at the monitor. Um, I got to thinking about in 1966, I was living with my dad in Winston-Salem. And he didn't have a driver's license. He had lost his driver's license because of drunk driving. But I had a car. The car was mine. And we had a big row about the car and everything. He had to depend on me to take him everywhere. And he wanted me to take him somewhere, and I knew it was to get some moonshine, some illegal liquor, and I wouldn't take him. And we had a big fight, and he got hold of my keys. My car. I'm working, and he took the keys, and uh, I don't know what he done after that because I took off. I got me a bus ticket and went to Jacksonville, Florida, to my mother's. And a couple of weeks after that, my mother and my stepdad went to this new subdivision that they were building. It was called Cedar Hills. It was a whole new neighborhood. All the houses were new and everything. And I went with them over there, and uh, I went to what they call a model home. All the homes in there was all new and no grass in the yards, all dirt. And it was called, the whole area was Cedar Hills. And a new house in that area, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a living room, a kitchen, a utility room, and a garage, was $5,999. And my stepdad, he was a veteran, World War II veteran, and he got a VA loan. And the house is a model home. It was completely furnished. The yard was all grassed over. They had put sod down. It was a model home. That was kind of like the office that you go to if you want to buy a house in that area. And they bought the model home. The address was 5555 Moret Drive, Jacksonville, Florida. And if you want to see the house, a picture of the house now, you can you can search 5555 Moret Drive. That's Moret, Jacksonville, Florida, and that'll pop up and be with Zillow. And it'll tell what the house sold for 2 or 3 years ago, which it sold for $117,000. And it will tell what the value of the house is right now. The value of the house is $194,000. Now, bear in mind that house new was uh, $5,999, and of course that was kind of big money back then. But back then, Mama was working at King Edward Cigar Factory. She was rolling cigars. She was making a little less than $1 an hour. And Bob, my stepdad, he was working at a parts department, a Buick parts department, and he was making like $1.10 an hour. And here this house is a new home. Uh, it's $6,000, and now a new house like that now will cost you a couple of $100,000. And average wage now seems like to me, and I'm thinking about Walmart and some of these other places, is around $14, $15 an hour. So I'm not going to do the math how that works out. But the house right now is worth almost 20 times what it was new. But I was looking at the house, the picture of the house and everything. It kind of brought back memories. And you can see the one window to the left of the garage is the living room and front door. And then the next window over to the left was my bedroom. And the next window over at the end of the house, let's see, whose room was that? That was Michael. That was Michael and Joe's uh, bedroom, and Robin's. There's three. No, actually four boys in that one room. And the girl Donna, my half sister, her, her bed was in my bedroom. Because right at that time I wasn't supposed to be staying there, but that's the room I stayed in when I was there. And that's where I was living when I joined the army. Uh, and you know the funny thing about houses back then, uh, you didn't you didn't get air conditioning. Central air didn't come with was a given about being included in a house. You know, now you buy a new house, it's got central air, but back then it didn't come with it. It had a heater, a central heating unit. But my gosh, $117,000 that sold for a couple of years ago. And if I had, to me, that house is not worth that. It's what I call a Florida cracker house. But, you know, it was a house. Uh, and they was living there when I went in the army, and they was living there when I come out of the army, and then my stepdad had TB. TB, a lot of you don't know what that is. TB is tuberculosis, and he died. And I don't know exactly what happened because I didn't go back over there, but it's been a long time ago. Long time ago. Uh, I got a lot of memories from that house. But where we were living before that was that where they were living at before that was 1404 Iona Street. And that was in an apartment, a two-story built house. The upstairs was an apartment, downstairs was an apartment. And I got a lot of memories there. My 14th birthday party was there. Uh, that's where that time this man had this 1927 Model T Ford. I think it was 1927. Wasn't running. It was painted a bright green. And he seen me looking at it one day and he said, "You want that? I'll sell it to you." I said, "I ain't got no money." He said, "Well, uh, can you pay me, uh, I forget what it was. Was it $1 a week? $1 a week that I was going to pay him. He charged me $20 for it. Nothing down. Wanted to get it moved. So me and some of my friends in the neighborhood, we got that car out there and we pushed it. Pushed it to my house. And guess what? The day after that, next day, maybe 2 days after that, we were pushing it back. My stepdad and my mama wouldn't let me have it there, and we pushed it back. Boy, I'd like to have that thing now. I don't know if I could have got it running or not. I might could have. I don't know. Yeah, it was a bright green, and the rims on that thing, it was the wooden spokes. They was painted red and yellow. I had a job. I was working at the drugstore. I was delivering prescriptions on my bicycle in the neighborhood, and I made $20 a week for that. I worked like 4 hours on every weekday, and on Saturday I worked all day pedaling by pedaling bicycle going delivering prescriptions. Could you imagine a kid out there now on a bicycle trying to deliver prescriptions? Somebody done knock him in the head for the drugs. But that was Springfield Drugstore. And I had a tab there. I had a fountain there. You know, they made milkshakes and little burgers and dogs and stuff like that. And I was always charging stuff during the week. And I didn't have much coming on payday. Especially that gal, Helen Westbury, if she kept coming in there and I'd get her a milkshake or something. Oh, that's the girl. I still got a little black spot on the top of my wrist. You can't see it on there. But it's where she stabbed me with a pencil, a wooden pencil. I reached up there and popped her little bra strap. She had started wearing a bra. I knew her before she ever wore a bra. She didn't really need a bra much then, but she had it, and you could see that thing kind of sometime above the back of her collar. And I reached up there and popped that thing. I popped it a lot. And one day she had enough, and she turned around and stabbed me in the top of my hand. I mean, boy, it went in. I had to pull that thing out. I wish I could see her now and get her and tell her I still got that little stab wound on the back of my wrist where she got me. It scared her pretty bad. She didn't mean to stab me that much, but boy, she got me good. She got me good, and she tried to She tried to, let's see if I'm missing anybody. Scrap camera, who party. Hey, Darver, long time no see. I've not been doing much hoof. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm 82. I don't know. But she tried to stab me again one time. I forget what it was I was doing with her sister. She had a sister named Mary, and I liked her too. And matter of fact, if I had any friends that were girls, I liked them. I liked them. But but Helen was I kissing Mary or we was hugging or holding hands? I can't remember. But she come after me then, you know. And that. Hey Lisa, Lisa, something's going on with my gardenia. I don't know exactly what it is. It's getting a bunch of dry leaves on it. I'm taking it out tomorrow. I'm taking it out of the pot and putting it in the ground. Willow, you gone? I'm in the middle of something that wanted to pump on and show my support and give Russell a proper hug. Love you, my friend. Glad you are doing well. I'm doing all right. I can't walk. Uh, it's really a struggle to walk and stuff. Yes, it is. Oh, but it's Mother's Day, and I don't know if it's Mother's Day today or when is Mother's Day. I don't know. I know it's pretty quick now, but they 70 years ago that my mama left, my mama abandoned me, and I got a lot of guilt feelings about not being on good terms with my mama, no matter what she did. She didn't know the 14th. Well, it ain't too far off. But yeah, that's when she took off and left. Now she left. My daddy come in drunk, and he passed out in the living room floor, and she got a pillow laid under his head, and she left and went somewhere and directly come back and started packing us some clothes in little paper bags. And she had a boyfriend named Robert Folks, and she loaded all those kids up. This was in Norfolk, Virginia. She loaded all those kids up and took us to North Carolina, which is about 100 miles away. And me, my sister, and my next oldest brother, she left us at Grandma Pierce's. Said, I'll see you in a couple of days. Well, that turned into 3 years. But it is what it is. And my stepdad, at, there was a point in time there that I liked him. And then as I learned more about him, I didn't like him. Uh, I don't know if I ever told this or not, but I will tell it now. And uh, Robert Folks Jr., if you're listening to this, if you're listening to this, it's to God's awful truth that came right out of the horse's mouth. He was sexually abusing my sister Carolyn, the one that was born in 42. I didn't know that because I was singing his praises one time about something. I said he was more of a father to me than Daddy was, and Carolyn just blew up right then, and that's when she told me all about what he was doing to her. So I wish I'd have known that when he was alive. I'd have gave him something to sexually abuse. That sorry ass piece of shit. But I didn't know it. I didn't know it. He's got three kids by my mother. Robert Jr., Donna Marie, and Ira Lewis. Two boys and a girl. Didn't know that. And this this kind of stuff, it goes on a lot more than I realize. I know I've got a good friend. She's been my friend ever since 1983 when I gave her. Shouldn't. No, I won't tell that. I've already spilled the bean. You know what happened. But I've got friends that the same thing happened to them. Uh, and let me tell you something. Uh, by the way, I got hold of baby today. The baby was about 2 weeks old. The people that moved in next door in that new house, her oldest daughter come over for a visit, and she just had a baby about 2 weeks ago. And I was sitting over in my yard, and I seen her sitting out there in a back car seat with the door open, and I hollered over. I said, "Is that a baby?" And she hollered out, "Yeah." And boy, I went scooting over there. I said, "Can I hold it?" uh, but I I had another lady that had a baby. She's a good friend of mine. Been about been about 12 years ago. And she was holding her baby, and I said, "Can I hold it?" And she was offended because of it. She said, "It's not an it, it's a baby." And we always like to talk like that. Can I hold it? What do you say? Supposed to say you want to know what its name is. Can you say what what is its name? You still calling her the it? But she got mad because I said it. I guess I was supposed to say, "Can I hold the baby?" or "Can I hold your baby?" But some people funny about terminologies and stuff. But anyway, I'm doing okay, I guess. Uh, I hope my daughter goes back to work for the same issue. We've been so broke. Uh, I Somebody sent me some money, and because I was wanting to do, let me show you where to go. I got me a case of these. These are the good jars. These are wild mouths. I didn't necessarily need a wild mouth. But anyway, I got all my pickling stuff. Matter of fact, I've already pickled 6 pints of my tame jalapeno peppers. And what I mixed up. I got some jalapeno peppers in there that sliced up, some few pieces of carrots, and some onions. And I pickled them. I hadn't eaten any yet. I'm gonna let them sit a week or two before I eat one. But yeah, thank you so much. Oh my goodness! Guess what? I mentioned her name a while ago, and now I can't even think of her name. I don't understand how my brain works like that. Uh, I'll think of it in a minute. You know who I'm talking about. And I haven't seen her on Jen's toe. Listen, it looks okay now. Now she's got to get, I call it a note from the doctor saying that she can go back to work and hopefully, the doctor, you got to get a note.
Huh?
We
Oh, I was looking for that bottle of lotion I had in here the other day.
bottle of lotion. There's the lotion right there. You want to be in
No, this is not what I'm looking for. That medicated stuff.
What's the lady's name?
What lady?
The lady that sent me the $50.
Barbara.
Barbara Everett. Why couldn't I think of that? But yeah, she sent that.
Donovan said there's more pending in PayPal, but
There's
don't.
what?
He says he thinks more is pending because it says pending in PayPal, but it's not released yet.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I feel guilty when somebody like Barbara sends. I wasn't gonna say how much she sent, but it's $50. But I feel guilty. I hope they're not hurting themselves to send me.
You know what Mama used to say?
What?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I'm not kicking it in the mouth. It still makes me feel bad that.
Well, they've approved my short-term disability again. They made me jump through hoops to get the paperwork in, so my short-term's approved. But I'm probably going on IV antibiotics this week.
So when are you going back to work?
After the IV antibiotics.
What is that?
They have to put a PICC line in.
They're gonna put a PICC line in?
I'll have a PICC line and then IV antibiotics at home.
That means you'll be back in the hospital.
No, guess what? They can do it for you at home now.
Holy crap.
Yeah. But it won't be as long as with these oral. The oral just ain't doing it. I mean, look, they're still red. It's still pink. It's still red. So I'll go on IV antibiotics. My next appointment is Thursday, so it'll probably happen Thursday or Friday. So we'll see.
I wish you would come Tuesday. I wish you'd go over to that food bank over there and let.
I can't go to the food bank during the week while Jay is in school.
They go in tardy.
He can't miss. He's failing 8th grade again. I'm sorry. I'll starve.
I knew he was
He's failing one class, math, and that will prevent him from going on. I can't. I'd rather starve than him suffer anymore where school's concerned. But he's having really hard problems with algebra, pre-algebra.
Oh, he come by that natural dances. I hated that when I was going.
Now when school's out, I plan on start going back over there
Oh, where?
to the food bank you keep wanting me to go to. But it's right now I know. We got plenty of food, just nobody wants to cook. And we run out of staples like milk and oil and eggs and stuff like that. We've got eggs in there now because I got some more earlier.
Hey, Canadian girl. Phyllis she's gonna be 70 in June.
Lisa, my toe is red and still swollen. It's in 2 toes now.
Phyllis is, let's see, Canadian girl. That's Phyllis. That's Canadian girl's mother, I think.
She said she'll be 70 in June.
I wish I was still 70. Can you get this shit out of my ear?
What, the hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can find Diamond's little clippers.
That is so. I'm looking at that. Of course, I'm ugly anyway, and I need a facial. Oh Lord, I was hoping she's about ready to go back to work. Cause see, I haven't been getting any money. I don't get any money at all. Well, I can't say I don't, cause she did come in here and give me $20 the other day, and I still got some of that. See, that and 3/4. But I'll tell you, it's been tough. It has been tough. Um, I don't want to miss anybody saying anything. But yeah, Barbara, she, she sent that $50, and I was able to get my Canon stuff that I needed. Cause see, what I didn't realize, it's like I said in that one thing, failure to communicate. I wasn't staying in communication with Jennifer about anything. I just assumed that I would get my $150 out of my check, uh, and but I couldn't have it because it was a question of paying the rent, the car payment, and car insurance, stuff like that. They had to be paid. There was just no money to do it. And what I had went and picked all my peppers because I thought I would get to can them. And the peppers, you need to pick them while they're fresh. And but as it turns out, Barbara sent that money, and I was able to get my canning jars and my different things, the kosher salt and all that stuff, the vinegar. So I'm gonna start a lot of things. I'm gonna start pickling that I like. I was, but when I found out she won't be able to let me have my money this month again. I was gonna pickle cauliflower. I was gonna make a mix: onions, cauliflower, peppers, and what's the name of that Mars thing? Oh, them orange things that Buzz Bunny eats. What do you call it? Carrots. Oh, it's not funny, but it's funny that simple things like that. I can't even remember her name. Barbara. Um, but I like to eat a lot of pickled stuff, and a lot of that stuff's good for you. A lot of it's good for you. And she does get to go to these two food banks once a month. One of them's called Interfaith, and the other one is called something else. I can't think of it. But Interfaith, when she gets stuff from there, we get a lot of vegetables. She got two bunches of collard greens. She got three pretty good sized heads of cabbage, which uh, cabbage is good for you. And you can pickle cabbage. So I may have to, but I'm gonna have to get another thing of jars because these here is just good for pickles, for the pickled peppers and stuff. But other stuff like uh, uh, other things that you can pickle that I like. Now I don't know. Jennifer don't particularly like pickles and stuff, but well, there's certain kinds she likes. I like bread and butter. She don't like the bread and butter pickles. Uh, I like those pickles that they're refrigerated. They come. What's the name of them? I would like to know what to get the recipe for those and try to fix some of them. Loves collards with hot pepper vinegar. I love collards if they're done right. Some people don't cook them right and they're bitter. Mm. Hey, Paul, going. I was thinking about you yesterday. Um, I'd like to talk to you again, and but I'm I'm doing okay, Paul. I'm just some tough times for us right now. Of course, we've been tough. Ever since I got COVID, it's been tough times. I was walking before. Oh, isn't that a grossy? That's because. All right. Well, I uh, I can't get my thing. I want it. Let's see. You know what I can do? Make that better. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I need a better setup than what I got here. I'm gonna do it. Oh well, that's gotta be better. That's gotta be better, Paul. Yeah, that's much. But why don't I do that to start with? I don't know. Well, I made two and counting. Uh, yeah, that's better. That's better. I, I've not been trying to grow a beard. I've just been too lazy to shave, and I don't like the reflection on my glasses. But I did swear off of, who is that? Crazy, is that Crazy Family? There you go. Oh, hey, Alan. There you go. Oh, boy, I wish I could figure out how to get my, I wish Barbara would come on here. I want to thank her so much for the. Okay, I got a video that's going up in the morning too. That a video I made, and this will go up in the morning too. It might go up tonight if I let it go. But I don't know if Willow's here now or not. ZZ Top. Oh, I wish I could find me a night like Scrapper Pallet Man found. He found him a nice little track in the YouTube thing. I don't know. What is your subscriber count at now, Paul? I hadn't looked here lately. Hadn't looked lately. What the pig? What the pig? What the pig? I'm not supposed to eat while I'm on YouTube on my channel. Hey Christy, how's Elena? Health wise, is she doing better? I reckon I'm on. The trouble with the still ain't gonna be able to go back to. They want to put a pick line in. I wish them girls were back home. Elena and Rianne. I almost couldn't remember the name. But boy, I wish I had a video of me, her, her what? What? Te- Christy, I don't know what that is. Acting up once in a while. Well, you know what I'm talking about. What is that? She's awful young to be having health problems. What about Marty and his neck? Racing heart, Poppy. Okay, now I know what it is. And what about Marty's neck? And I'll be honest with y'all, I haven't been looking at your videos much anymore. And I feel guilty about it. Um, and you know what? Something else about, let me tell you something that Barbara did for my daughter while I was in the hospital all in times and everything. She sent my daughter I think it was $25. She sent her. I think it's $25 she sent her. Told her it was for. Told her to go trade herself or something because she was having a hard time when I was not here and everything. She still has a hard time because I try to do stuff in the kitchen, but I'm scared to death that I'm gonna fall. Now we learned a trick the last time I fell. Uh, we have this lift thing, this hydraulic lift that will pick me up. It was mainly we thought we was gonna have to have it to get me in and out of the bed, but that we never needed it. I started getting better, and so it's just been sitting in there. And the last time I fell here on the floor, she couldn't get me up. Her and Donovan together couldn't get me up. And she went in there and got that lift and brought it in here and put the sling in it and all that stuff, and put it and let it go all the way down to the floor and rolled me over in it and picked me up with that lift. Uh, that was a godsend. I hadn't fell since then, but uh, if I ever do fall again, they can use that to pick me up a lot easier than the way they've been doing it. Uh, my left leg is really giving me problems. I She had COVID 4 times. She had COVID that many times. Where is she getting it? Where is she getting it? Hey, Alan. Okay, guys. I've been yapping long enough. I'm doing things. By the way, I I you know I planted the loquat. You know, is that Japanese plum. I've got one that's up about 3 or 4 feet high, and I knew I set out more, but I couldn't remember where I set them out. You know, the seeds. And guess what? I was out there plundering around out back, and I found where I planted them. I have 11 more loquat trees. These are only about 6 or 7 inches tall, but I found them. So I pull them up. Tomorrow I'm gonna be putting them in the pot. Uh, I wish I had more seeds, but I can't get. But these won't come. These new seeds won't come in till December or January, providing I can keep my butt out of the hospital. Providing I can keep my butt out of the hospital. Um, I just become aware of something that I don't know why I remember this. Uh, I can remember an address, 1331 North Woodlawn Avenue. That was in Broad Creek Village in Norfolk, Virginia. And that was pre That's where we were living in 1951 when my mother abandoned me. 1331 North Woodlawn Avenue. I can remember 728 North Cherry Street. That was 19. That was 19. Well, it was in the 50s. 1404 Iona Street. That was in Jacksonville, Florida. And I didn't realize they had tore that apartment house down. Because I Googled that and what popped up there, that address popped up there, and there's a duplex apartment right there now. And 5555 Moret Drive. That was in that was probably 56. And let's see. But I can't remember. I can remember my address up in the mountains. It, it was Russell Pearson, Star Route, and that's all it was, Star Route, which meant it was out in the country, and the postman knew you, knew who you was, and knew where that went. I also had an address one time that was Russell Pearson General Delivery. That meant you had to go to the post office to pick it up. Um, and someone might help me. We need prayer, Poppy. Not sure if you do pray, but if you do, we really need it. I pray. Oh yeah, that's right. Her working in a daycare, you can get anything comes along. You're right. You're subject to get it. Is Marty going out and doing any dumpster diving, Christy? Boy, I wish I could do that. I can't do it. You know, got some big things coming up. Well, I need to. He can't, Poppy. He is in bad shape. Son of a gun. I was afraid of that. Uh, I was hoping they got that straightened out. Dadgum. Um, well, I've been talking more than an hour, folks. So, gosh, I was hoping Barbara would come on because I want to thank her so much for that. To private chat, I'm gonna have to get my. I'm gonna have to do it on. Can I do a private chat on? I'll have to check in on that because before with my what's the name of that shit thing? Not the one I used to do the private chats on. What was the name of that? because it stopped working for me or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. Dadgummit. What's the name of it? Oh my gosh. She didn't come back with no clippers enough to clip the hair in my ear. I don't like the looks of that. I bet you I got some in that ear too. Old fart whiskers. I got my neck's hairy back there. I didn't know that. Huh. Okay. Anyway, I was getting ready to sign off. I was going to go ahead and sign off. I appreciate all of y'all being there, and thank you so much uh, for that, and so much for the tips, which not a lot, but I'll tell you what, it's sure much appreciated. Um, I wish I could go to work. I knew a guy one time. From about 5 years ago, uh, he was in a wheelchair, but he had a job, and it was 8 hours. It was an 8 hour shift. His was at night, and all he did was sit there at this desk, and he had to go somewhere in the building and check on something and punch. You know what the temperature? I don't know, but that's what he did. 8 hours a day. So he had a full time job. I can't even remember his name now. Bless his heart. StreamYard. I gotta get my StreamYard set back up. That's what I gotta do. I tell you, ever since November, things just got out of whack for me. You know, it did, and I kind of wish I knew when my time was up. I kind of wish I knew when I was going to die. And I was, the reason, I done forgot the reason I had for that now. I don't know how, that's why there's things I won't do outside in my plants and stuff, because I'm thinking, well, shoot, I'm 82, I could go just any day. Um, and I haven't heard from, uh, man, what was her name? Uh, uh, what was her name? The lady that got me that cart. That what was her name? Naparuski. Haven't heard from her in a while. But anyhow, folks, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm gonna start trying to do some kind of videos every day. And I only have about, I think I only have, I was hoping I'd get a check from YouTube this go around again, but I don't, I scratched my finger. Yes, I did. Uh, but I'm not doing any videos, so I'm not making hardly any money at all on the videos. And a lot of people don't understand about how the ads that goes on my videos don't amount to squat. I mean, it's pennies. Um, But when somebody leaves money on a super chat, it goes into my account. But the downside on that is when somebody leaves a super chat, uh, YouTube gets a piece of that. Not much. Like I think they get. If somebody leaves $10 on a super chat, I get $7.50. YouTube gets the other, which I don't think is right. But that's just what. But now when they leave something in the tip jar, I get it all. Uh, and of course, if they send cash, there's a couple of people. I wish he would come on, Ricky Lance. He's my bud. He sends me T-shirts, and every time he sent me some stuff one time, some that I needed. Anyway, I got to get out of here, folks. I can't play any music because I'm not on my StreamYard. But let's see how they end up where I at down here. Anyhow, I love all of you. I'm going to try harder. I really am. And Paul, thanks so much for stopping by. And love you too, Christy. Bye.